call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
I don't know how to stop. I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy. I'll put you in a grid 6 feet like Kenny.
You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
What's good, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Future Financial Strategies. It's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero, and we are, in fact, back at it again. Want to give a shout out to all the supporters as we are trucking along towards 500 subs. I want to make sure that if this is your first time seeing the video or getting familiar with my content, I want to invite you to join the Wolf Pack by hitting the subscribe button down below. Most definitely welcoming new people into the Wolf Pack as we're again marching towards that covetous 500 marker so that we can attain some semblance of monetization on this channel. This one's going to be a little bit of a quick hit. Obviously, we're busting in literally all the overtime possible, stacking money for the bull run. We got a nice cash pool that we're filtering in. We're not doing large buys. We're filtering the money in a little bit at a time, dollar cost averaging, so that way we can get the best bang for our buck. Because as we all know, dollar cost averaging is the play. But I did want to touch on something important. And as I said, I was going to pivot my channel a little bit more towards, especially during the bull run, just tapping in and touching on over here on Future Financial Strategies, the financial literacy piece of the crypto bull market. Because we're going into a time where everybody's going to be right. There's going to be a lot of money flying around. A lot of people will be making life-changing wealth. A lot of people will be coming into positions to where they are going to attain life-changing wealth and then lose it because they're going to make emotional decisions. And we're going to be unpacking a little bit of those conversations because, there's nothing like winning the lottery to lose it all. As we all know, most lottery winners end up in a worse spot than where they did before the lottery because they were not prepared for the influx of capital that they received. And I feel like every 4 years, everybody gets to go to the crypto lottery. Now, fortunately, I've only fumbled the bag 2 of those years. The first year, I fumbled the bag by not being able to get access to the funds, which actually probably was a smaller bag fumble than the bag fumble that would have happened had I had access to those funds. The second year, I held on to a project through the bull run, made at the time what would have been life-changing wealth, and then ended up walking in profit, but I lost a lot on paper. I got taken to the cleaners on paper. And it wasn't the greatest experience, and that was what triggered me to kind of really focus on having a plan. So the third bull run, we made some life-changing moves. Like we did some things. We cleared out all the consumer debt, got into a property, stuff was good, made a move forward. So now going on to my fourth bull run, we're looking at running that play again, making more life-changing moves. Now, the third bull run, the thing that wasn't done was I didn't make a plan. I just knew I needed to do something before the bull run crashed to kind of hedge your bets, if you would. And so those were the two things that I was like, well, that would dramatically change my existence. That would put me in a different position. And doing those two things not only put me in a different position from in the short term and the long term, it netted into business partnerships and some other opportunities that I would have not been afforded otherwise. So all good things. So now we're coming into the fourth bull run and we're planning this time. We're making a plan. So what I start with, and we'll probably touch on this again in the next episode, because obviously this one's going to be shorter than normal, because I'm not going to do the news stories, not going to do any of that stuff. Like, time happens fast. I don't have enough time to necessarily research those out as well as I should this week specifically, so I don't want to delve into it because I don't like coming into news stories half-cocked or not have an angle that ties into the show, so I don't want to do them just to do them. And it's a jam-packed week, a lot of work going on, and then a little bit of life going on, and yeah, it's just what it is. But I didn't want to miss the episode, especially during the bull run. There's so many things that we can talk about that are important. So we're gonna start the conversation, and then I can break this up into a couple of quick hit episodes, and then we'll just keep it pushing forward. But I always start with my planning breakdowns of the overarching goal for whatever the time period is. So we know that going into the bull run, we're looking at about 16 to 24 months. That's a pretty decent sized window. So we're going to make some decent sized goals. And I'm going to give you the goals, and then I'm going to break down the reasoning behind this. So the first one and the easiest one, like this is something that we've already been working on anyways. We're just going to be able to save a little bit more money, hopefully save a lot of bit more money considering we're going into a bull market. But we want to go ahead and finish out the housing down payment. And since we've converted this over, because of the nature of the space that we're going into in 2024, we've switched over the majority of the house savings. As far as what we're doing with the real estate, we're still working and chunking at getting the year backstop on the current property. We're currently 2 months out, so the mortgage is out, currently paid through January. Our next payment's due, I think, January 1st. So I'm done with the rest of this year. We're still chunking in towards that. We're 2 months out. Not bad. And then the goal is to have the 6 months of payment in the mortgage. So the mortgage is paid out 6 months, and then another 6 months of the mortgage payment at the current rate of what it is right now into the market, which will be held in my my brokerage account with my income generating funds. And I'm just going to have one position that's literally just the mortgage money, probably a little bit less risky, most likely a dividend ETF, something of the like, something slow going that's going to kick off some money for me. But it's either going to be that or it's going to be a REIT that is in medical, because we know medical is not going anywhere. So that's also an option, something I'm mulling over. We'll see what it is. Because I kind of, on the one hand, I want something monthly, but on the other hand, for something that's slower moving, I also could deal with something that's like a quarterly kick out. So the ETF could be an option. but that'll backstop that. And then we've kicked the goal up for the down payment savings to $15,000. So originally we were going to have $10,000 cash. I was looking at potentially, because like I have other assets that I can liquidate to come up with that down payment. I have obviously have the original property. I can leverage that. But I think with the bull run, we could really make some numbers happen. So I'm kind of questioning at what point do we definitely have kicked the stretch goal up because we're saving in Bitcoin. So that, I mean, some magic could happen within the next 16 to 24 months. The reasoning behind that, though, is what's important. So after the first bull run, the first bull run that I actually like utilized money, one of the things that I thought was really cool was that when the Bitcoin market crashed, my home property value skyrocketed. Like it went up. It's kind of like a solid hedge. So coming into another bull run, I would like to replicate that process. And I'm like, at worst case scenario, maybe that's my cycle, is like we go through a bull run, figure out a way to flip some of that into a property. So that way we're moving forward and we're adding doors in. I would like to do it in faster succession than every 4 years, but as a good hedge for the space that I'm in, I like it. I like it a lot. So we're looking at doing that. So we're looking at adding the second property, actively saving for it, actively ready to go. We've got a little bit that we were saving in the brokerage account. So like we've got that too. We've been saving for that. And the brokerage side of things and the traditional finance and QQQ, we've got actually, I don't know. Hold on, let me look. That's the perks of technology. Because we like to be transparent. Because I think I have like probably $1,000 that I'd saved from when we first started budgeting out for this. Let's take a look. Oh, wow. Okay, that's impressive. I impressed myself. So I've got 2,700. I didn't even realize that. So we've got 2,700 in QQQ, and we are over the $1,000 mark in the crypto space as well. Let's check and see where we're sitting with that. Home savings. Yeah, we're at like 1,100 over there. So that's not bad. Not bad. We got a little grip of money, and obviously we're up 8% on that. So that little pool of money is growing as well, but it's going to continue to grow. We're looking at a goal of 15,000. So that way we have 15,000 in assets that we have going. I'm going to probably have about 3,000 of that front run into the crypto savings. And then we'll let that run over the bull run. And then we'll go back to throwing into the traditional finance, building up that QQQ position. And yeah, I think we're going to, well, actually we'll probably do $5,000 into the Bitcoin position, depending on how the price fluctuation goes. If we can get ahead of that bull run and have 5,000 in there, we're going to run with that. But obviously we're using that as a backstop. Pretty much the reason that I'm getting back into the traditional finance market to begin with is to hedge, because most of my net worth is tied up in crypto, which obviously is very volatile. It's not money that I generally look at, but still, you should always have a little bit of a hedge. So we've been taking that a little bit more seriously and dialing our investments over into some other avenues. The second goal that we've got for the upcoming bull run, another hedge, is getting our banking liquidity up to a minimum of $15,000 with a stretch goal of $30,000. Now, what that means is obviously we've been working on our private banking relationship with Citibank, which questionable, because I got a notification that they're getting rid of the banking tiers. And if they're not going to have a private banking tier, then we will be moving our money over to Charles Schwab or Chase Bank. But my goal over the bull run is to get the banking liquidity, which the way that works is it's your bank balance, which we're not focused on, your brokerage, which we are focused on, CDs, and basically any assets that you have under management with the institution. So we're trying to get 15 to 30,000 into our brokerage, basically, because we're not going to be holding cash like that. And then utilizing that, obviously, as a hedge, because paper assets, obviously, hedge against crypto, and a step forward in the right direction to get into the private banking tier with the bank that I'm with. The last is a stretch goal. Now, the first two goals are really what I'm dialed in on. Last goal is a stretch goal, and it's only if the numbers work out right, because obviously not the greatest time to go buy a car, but I want to do one of two things. I either want to upgrade my daily driver, which would be my Lexus. And in doing that, like if I'm going to do that, then I'd probably be upgrading to like the Lexus. I think it's the Lexus hold on. Let me pull it. Let me see what I got. Card. Let's see here. Let me see. What model is that? Because if I'm upgrading my car, I will be getting another Lexus. Yeah, the UX hybrid is what it would be. Basically, it's a more versatile version of my car. It's all-wheel drive, and I need an all-wheel drive daily driver. So if I do the upgrade, it's going to be upgrading into something of that nature. Reason being, my car gets stuck in the snow. It does snow for 2 weeks here, and it's super annoying every time. I don't like getting stuck. Outside of that, I love everything else about the car. It just gets stuck in the snow. It's the first car I've ever had that's gotten stuck in the snow as much as it does, and I don't like it. Also, I like the UX, the Lexus UX hybrids. Like, there isn't a version of them that I don't like. And again, hybrid all-wheel drive, because my car gets great gas mileage, and it's super like I've had no major problems with it, and I drove it into a crater one time. So, that's what we're looking at. We're trying to see if we can make the numbers work out on one of those, because that would be awesome. I would do that as well. Or I will be adding a fun car that is a non-daily driver. But it'll be a slightly less fun car than the fun car that I would like to have if I add a car, because that car is going to have all-wheel drive, and it's going to have to be driven during the snow days because all the wheels drive. So we might be looking at doing a little upgrading here. And as we know, we got to make those numbers work out. We got to figure out the most efficient way to pay it off in 24 months, because that's how we do in the wolf pack. And yeah, so those are the three goals that I have. And I just wanted to, since the end of the video, I just wanted to re-stress the importance of having a goal. Now, I always start with my overarching goals, and then we break down the individual goals of how we're going to navigate the bull run. But that's going to be on the next episode of Future Financial Strategies, because if you're not making a plan, you're planning to fail. And with that said, it's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero. It's been good. We did a little bit of a different camera angle today, but it's been fun. I kind of like this, and the camera like follows you around. It's kind of cool. This is some kind of cool stuff. I'm really, really kind of digging this. But until next time, it's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero. You guys have a great day. It's Thursday. Definitely tap in for Guns and Butter. We're talking about habits. I'm out. Actually, hold on. Let me check this out. Boom. Get up close. Boom. Even closer. I'm out.